There we go. We got both players ready. Let's go ahead and get this counted down. Oh, he's getting a hang of piece on the left. He needs a bar now. And he's not going to get the bar. He's done it for Wallbant, or for Redshirt. Redshirt is done at 581. Down. Oh, it's going to miss a piece there, and that's going to be it. From Alex, let's go ahead and get this battle counted down. And the board spiraling out of control for Cole. Alex can take game number 1. Covers the well high up on the board and is not going to get it uncovered. He'll get 2. Alex is good. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. No!
Let's count down game number 1. Coming to you shortly. Here it is in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. All right, there we go. And good question about the prize pool. I'll give it a refresh and we'll see what happens. I'm not sure if it's frozen, but we did give it a good old refresh. So yeah, it may very well be frozen. Yeah. Because yeah, the number is different on the Matcherino, I am seeing, because our buddy Peekayric made a $9.75 direct contribution. And his comment is, I hate Tetris. Well, that's an oxymoronic donation. But that is your reminder to contribute to that Matcherino. That is our prize pool for these Division 1 players at the end of the season. We'd like to see that grow. It's already at $280. Ignore what the picture says on the screen. Because, yeah. Because, yeah, that's what we've got going on here. But this match, at long, long last, is indeed underway. And as is typical, we'll get to know our players a little bit, but not before we give you an update on how they're doing. 37 lines in, 148,000 for Cryticalapis. Well, now 171,000 for Cryticalapis, 173,000 for Pixelandy. So we are neck and neck. And now a third of the way to transition. It's a 570,000 pace for Cryticalapis, and this is about a 530,000 transition pace for Pixelandy. And of course, as we are now 50 lines in, 218K for Cryticalapis, 181,000 for Pixelandy. As we make our way towards halfway to level 19, we'll revisit those pace numbers we had earlier. This is a 570K pace now for Cryticalapis. Pixelandy sitting at 500,000 for his pace. Up on 75 lines cleared over here. It is Cryticalapis still with the lead of about a Tetris and a half, 357K to 319,000. He is on top. He's got a clean board. He's waiting for the long bar. Pixelandy, his board's a little jagged, but he's making good work out of it. Not forcing anything to happen. He gets rewarded with the Tetris. And here we go. And, of course, showing my age once again, Bronkley mentions he's trying to pog the PC. And, of course, what do I think when I hear pog? I think of those things. It was a fad in the early 90s of pogs. where basically you had your whole stack of pogs and the other person had the stack, and then you like threw a slammer on top of them, and the ones that came off you kept. It was a thing. The answer, and to answer that question wrongly, I can say after the tournament this weekend, I was definitely feeling over 48, but I am not there yet. Getting close, though. But we are 100 plus lines in, 481K for Pixelandy, 498,000 for Cryticalapis, although that line clear does put him at a half max. Yep, I was born in the 80s, you know. Now we're coming up to that level 19 transition. 3 Tetrises left for both players. Pixelandy takes one of them. Cryticalapis is going to get one of his own, so 2 more Tetrises are available. And they do have a couple of burns in hand as well, if necessary. And it looks like Cryticalapis is going to need some of those burns. He's got a couple more left, and that burn takes a Tetris away, so he's got one more. Pixelandy is also going to burn away one of those Tetrises, so he's down to his last one as well. And, of course, that long bar takes its time showing up. They transition together. 578K for Pixelandy, 597K for Cryticalapis, and we go on towards level 29. And talk about a close game here. I mean, we're on level 20, and we're only separated by 500 points for that moment in the game. But another drought appears to be forming. Let's see how long this one lasts us. On both sides of the screen, I mean, this one's about 30 pieces and showing no signs of stopping. Where is this long bar? There it is, almost a 40-piece drought. And looks like Pixelandy's probably going to be in better position to get the next one, as Cryticalapis still trying to unearth that right well. He finally does so. Now on to level 22. 704K for Pixelandy, 673K for Cryticalapis. And as of right now, this is about a 1.05 kill screen pace for Cryticalapis. And just over that for Pixelandy, we'll call it like a 1.07 or a 1.08. But either way, both players on pace to hit that max out before level 29. And now Pixelandy with a little bit of gap work to take care of. He's going to have to burn to open up column number 3. Meanwhile, Cryticalapis is Tetris ready. The long bar is not Tetris ready. We've got another drought, folks. When is that long bar going to show up? There it is. He gets a Tetris, and he is still trying to get out of this burn situation. It's starting to look like your standard Minnesota tree in the middle of fall, where the branches are just kind of going everywhere, and you can see them all because there's no leaves on them. It's just looking a little out of sorts, but he does manage to get the majority of it burned out. But this has allowed Cryticalapis to take the lead. He's now up by a Tetris and a half. 866K for Cryticalapis, 816,000 for Pixelandy. We're over 200 lines in on this very first game. And now Landy has managed to get himself out of that situation. He's set up for a column 3 Tetris. He's going to get it, and it looks like he's going to go for another one. And that he does get. So going for the Quaid strats here into level 27. And doing his best to hang in there as Cryticalapis up by a Tetris and change. We're nearing level 28. And Pixelandy is the first to get there. He's got 2 Tetrises more until he reaches the kill screen. 964K for Pixelandy, a max out for Cryticalapis, 1.008. He's down to his last Tetris is Cryticalapis. Pixelandy, on the other hand, can get 2 more, but he's running out of time to work with. He's got 1 more burn he can get, and he burns into kill screen 1.006. Cryticalapis Tetris is in at a 1.114. So now let's see what these players can do with the remaining 100 lines they have to work with on level 29. Cryticalapis up 1.11 to 1.05 million. He's got a 1 Tetris and change lead. He's waiting for that long bar, but he can't use it. He's got to 5-tap it over to the left to save that stack. Meanwhile, Pixelandy still dealing with a little bit of a jagged stack. He's got a spider of Z pieces in the middle of it, and Cryticalapis' board has fallen apart. He tops out. Pixelandy, it's a chase down. 1.136 million will get you the victory. So now we watch. We see as Pixelandy attempts to salvage a win. After having a little bit of a rough post-transition to level 19, he's now in position to take game number 1 after a top out by Cryticalapis. Again, 1.136 is the score that's needed. He's 30,000 points away. A Tetris will do it, but he doesn't even need a Tetris. 3/10 of a Tetris away. 8,000 points left. He could just burn his way to victory here. If the pieces would cooperate, because man, is he getting no-bursted at the worst possible time. And he's holding out for this long bar. And now he's burning, but he has taken the victory. Pixelandy gets it, and he throws a Tetris. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Oh man, we had it up for just a moment here. There it is. Okay, now we're in business, I hope. But having said all that, let's get to know our players a little bit. I'm going to start with Cryticalapis. As you can see, he is a roller. Went to 2 Boston, 2 Parody. Got knocked out in round 2, went to Philly this year, got knocked out in the first round, and went to the Northeast Regional in Hartford out in the first round. But those were all gold bracket matches that Cryticalapis was part of. He's done a bunch of CTMs, Classic Tetris Biweekly, doing the SLCF Tetris for Charity thing. You've probably seen him in an online tournament. And hey, we've got a donation from Kingsman. $4 from Kingsman. So the gauntlet has been thrown down. Who's going to donate more than Kingsman tonight? All you need to do is donate $4.01 to beat him. But here early on, almost 30 lines in, looks like we're facing a bit of a drought here. I'm showing 26 pieces and continuing to grow. This drought is insane. 33 pieces, and that's going to do it for the drought, but not able to go for a Tetris on this one. And finally does get that well open. And now a third of the way from transition. 510K pace for Pixelandy, excuse me, 450K pace for Cryticalapis. So 510 for Pixelandy, 450 for Cryticalapis. That's what they're projected to do on level 19. But it is Cryticalapis with, well, he had the lead until Pixelandy got that Tetris, so this is going to probably be a back and forth episode once again. 240,000 for Pixelandy, now 206,000 for Cryticalapis as we are about 55 lines in. And speaking of Cryticalapis, as you've already seen, he does like to stack really high, and he's good at digging his way out. He has made the double kill screen before, but has not made it to glitched colors yet, so he's somewhere in the middle of double kill screen and glitched colors, and I think I had him on an uncapped match where I want to say he got up to level 43 at least. Might have even gotten a little further than that, but I do remember that happening in a Classic Tetris Biweekly battle. Anyway, halfway to transition, it's still a 500K pace for Pixelandy, and this is probably about a 450K pace for Cryticalapis. And guess what, folks? Looks like another drought's forming. Where is the long bar? There it is. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He gets the long bar over to Cryticalapis, manages to get the Tetris. And now he's going to have to work to get this board lowered down. Yeah, the long bar came at exactly the right time in that insane drought that we saw. And Cryticalapis lives to fight another drought, that's for sure. currently down 290,000 to 324,000. Pixelandy with the lead of a Tetris and change as we're 90 lines in on these boards. All right, and yep, Ronckley and I think we thought the exact same thing at the exact same time. We've got a uh-oh, we got some PowerPoint action. Keep playing for now, players. Yeah, keep on, continue to play. We got a little, oh, there we go. We hit the fast forward button. So now things are a little bit back in sorts over here, moving in rapid progression. 355,000 for Pixelandy, 312,000 for Cryticalapis. But the good news is we are still in business, but both players kind of struggling to get these boards into Tetris-ready position. Just not getting the pieces they want, and they're both about halfway up the board. Now, for rollers like them, they're not in danger necessarily, as Cryticalapis gets a dirty column 9 Tetris and manages to transition to a column 7 Tetris. But when they're up high like that and the boards are a little out of sorts, they're not able to really be efficient and throw down Tetrises. Now Cryticalapis transitions 345,000, gets a Tetris as soon as he gets into 19. Pixelandy a little bit further back in our line count. He's at 119, so he could get one more Tetris after this, potentially, if it's a dirty one, but the most likely case is he's probably going to burn into level 19. Meanwhile, Cryticalapis is on to level 20. 399,000 for him. 423K is the transition score for Pixelandy. So now we're going to have that race to level 29 once again. Go Tetris for Pixelandy. He's up by a Tetris and a half, but Cryticalapis is close to getting that right well open, and now he would love a long bar. He's got it showing up. There is the Tetris. Into level 22 we go. 439K for Cryticalapis, 451,000 for Pixelandy. Another Tetris for Cryticalapis, and very soon I'll be able to give you an idea of what his kill screen pace is looking like. We'll give him a few more lines to butter those numbers up a bit, and then let you know what we're seeing. There it is. This is about a 740,000 kill screen pace for Cryticalapis. So, looking to hopefully pick those numbers up, but it's been a struggle game for both players. You see those Tetris rates are in the 40% range for both of them, so hasn't been the most friendly seed for both of these players, but they are still around, they are still building, and they're still getting Tetrises regardless. So yeah, it's been an all-around suffer game. So Pixelandy on about, we're going to say it's about 850,000 pace for level 29. So hopefully the RNG works out a little better for both of these two. And if so, it's going to mean that maybe we get a little closer to a max out on level 29, because right now neither player is in the vicinity of max out city. Right now it's about 665,000 for Cryticalapis, 664,000 for Pixelandy, but worth noting that Pixelandy is about 15 lines behind. The line count is 190 for him and 208 for Cryticalapis, so that is worth noting that the pace edge favors Pixelandy. It also means he has more runway to work with heading towards level 29 in the kill screen. But I think these players have started to unearth themselves, or getting their sea legs back, getting ready for Tetrises. 762 to 716. Pixelandy with that slightly more than a 1 Tetris advantage. He's on 26. Cryticalapis is on 28. Hangs a Z piece or an S piece, and now he's got to try and save the stack with only a handful of lines before level 29. So he's going to have to bring it down piece by piece and hope that once he does, he'll be able to save this board. And he is doing some great down stacking. Can he get this board down? 736K into the kill screen is Cryticalapis. Pixelandy at 900,000. He could almost get a max out still if he goes all Tetrises. But Cryticalapis needs a 5-tap. He's not going to get it, and he tops out at 742,000 points. But still a great effort to even survive to the kill screen on that one. And Pixelandy takes game number 2. He's up 2 games to 0. And, he's got one more Tetris left. Why not? Let's see what he can do into the kill screen. Do it for the stats, Andy. There it is. Tetris and a max out into 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Okay, that would be why I didn't get the reference. I was not in a position to hear what Chris Tang was saying at the time. So now I know, and knowing is half the battle. So getting back to sharing about Cryticalapis, outside of Tetris, he plays the Battle Cats, Clash Royale, and chess. Doesn't really play any sports, but he's competed at shot put. And he's got like 3 cats in the family, none in his house, but like I guess within his extended family has 3 cats. So we've got a growing contingent of cat people in the Tetris community. His favorite food, rice and egg or yang chow fried rice. And when it comes to media, he likes A Silent Voice. Says it's a really good movie. He likes Horimiya, really good anime. Smiling Friends, also a good animated show. And he says he's pretty good at singing. Don't worry, I'm not going to put you on the spot for that, Cryticalapis. You do not have to sing your way to victory. But we are 25 lines in this game number 3. Cryticalapis leads 137,000 to 101,000. He needs this victory in game 3 to keep this match going. Otherwise, it's going to be Pixelandy pulling the brooms out and getting the sweep. Now, Cryticalapis does mention that he beat Jump King in 5.5 minutes, 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Says it's not very impressive, but it's the best I've got as far as a feat in the game outside of Tetris. And Cryticalapis loves his family, loves the Tetris community. That's what you need to know about him. Cryticalapis in a nutshell. Great guy. I've streamed him a lot. It's always fun having Cryticalapis on the stream. And I'm sure at one of these future tournaments, I'll get a chance to meet the man, the myth, the legend himself in person. But hey, we are a third of the way to transition. 630k pace for Cryticalapis, 530k pace for Pixelandy. So the lead favoring Cryticalapis at the moment. And that lead you're seeing is 1 2/3 Tetrises. But both players having to work their boards out, try and get back to a Tetris-ready state. And of course, guess what? It's a drought on the board, 20 pieces, and Cryticalapis is able to get a Tetris out of it. Pixelandy, he's setting up for a dirty. He is in column 3, about 5 rows up, gets the long bar, and ooh my goodness, that is one filthy Tetris, and he's going for more. Doesn't even think about transitioning over, just says, I want more dirty Tetris, and he's gonna get one. Halfway to transition, 470,000 is his pace. Gets another dirty column 5 Tetris, 5 rows up. Call it a 5 and 5. As Cryticalapis now trying to get that right well open, so he's going to most likely take a couple burns to get there. Taking the scenic route to Tetris City. His pace is about 460,000, we'll say. He gets a Tetris, but Pixelandy has managed to take the lead from him. You may remember before, it was about a Tetris and change lead for Cryticalapis at about 40 lines. We're now over 80 lines, and it's Pixelandy up by a Tetris and a half. 335,000 to 300,000 is the score. And hello, Sharky. Good to see you in the chat. Hope y'all are having a great night here. It's Classic Tetris League Thursday Thunder. We're on match 3 of 4 this evening. It's Pixelandy, it's Cryticalapis, and Pixelandy is up 2 games to 0. Cryticalapis fighting for survival, wants to keep this one going, and perhaps pull off a reverse sweep in a first-time matchup between these two players. And this one remains close. We're about 100 lines in now. 406,000 for Pixelandy, 395,000 for Cryticalapis. They're separated by less than a Tetris. But worth noting that Pixelandy is Tetris ready, or I should say was Tetris ready. He's ready once again. And he's going to get another. Cryticalapis has to open up that right well. He's got a long bar dependency in column number 4. Gets the right well open, but now has a gap in column number 4. So it looks like he's just going to maybe try and go for a dirty Tetris. We'll see what happens. But in all this time, Pixelandy has managed to expand this lead a little bit. He's now up by just under 3 Tetrises. 498 to 431K is the score. Pixelandy with 3 more Tetrises before level 19. Cryticalapis also with 3 more Tetrises, but Cryticalapis has no burns in hand. He burns a line, he loses a Tetris before the transition. But he gets another, and he is going to burn, so that's going to take away one of the Tetrises, but he does have room to get 1 more before that switch. And same thing for Pixelandy. He's on his last Tetris pre-transition. As Cryticalapis goes in at 505,000, Pixelandy goes in at 568,000. Now the speed picks up. We pick things up, and we keep it moving. Making our way towards level 29. Cryticalapis, he does some great tuck work to get this board looking good. I probably would have needed to burn at least 20 lines to do what he did in just a couple of piece placements. That's some great work on his part. Meanwhile, Pixelandy, he is set up for a column 4 Tetris, gets it, and we are on to level 21. 650,000 for Pixelandy, 589,000 for Cryticalapis. And Andy's going for the center well once again. He is center well Tetris ready if the long bar will show up. And of course, naturally, when we're ready for a Tetris, where is the long bar? Nowhere to be found. But he's continuing to build this well, and Cryticalapis gets the long bar. It can't be too much further away for Pixelandy. And there it is for him as well. That was a 29-piece drought. We're on to 22. 688K for Pixelandy, 652K for Cryticalapis. And this is about a 975K kill screen pace for Cryticalapis, so not quite a max out, but getting close. And we are over max out pace for Pixelandy. This is looking to be about a just over max. We'll call it a 1.04 on the kill screen if he's able to make that happen. But yeah, as it stands, this lead's sitting at just over 3 Tetrises for Pixelandy, and we're getting droughted once again. Both these players waiting for a long bar. And we'll see if it shows up. On the left-hand side of the screen, there it is, Tetris for Pixelandy. Both players get a Tetris after that long drought. 818,000, make it 849 after the Toastress to 754K. Now both players on level 25. Andy's got a gap there. It's in columns 2 and 3. Got a Phantom S piece in the mix, and this is going to allow Cryticalapis to potentially take the lead back if Andy can't get it cleared out in time. Cryticalapis, actually, matter of fact, he is Tetris ready. He gets a Tetris after being down by nearly 100,000 points. Cryticalapis has cut it to within a Tetris. 7,000 points are all that separate these two until that last set of line clears. 920K for Cryticalapis, 936,000 for Pixelandy. Tetris for Cryticalapis, and he takes the lead on level 27. But Andy's going to take it right back, so it's going to go back and forth as we head towards kill screen. 3 Tetrises left for Cryticalapis, 3 Tetrises left for Pixelandy, but that bird is going to take a Tetris away, but Cryticalapis gets one. Will he get the max out before the kill screen? That is the question. Pixelandy has the max out, 1.018 to 995K. We are almost level 29, and there it is, 1.03 into kill screen for Cryticalapis. Pixelandy hangs a long bar. He's going to need a long bar. He gets it over 1.056 into kill screen. Andy with the narrow lead, 15,000 on level 29. And let's see what these players can do from now until level 39. They've got about 80 lines to work with as Cryticalapis now on to level 31. He's only down by 9,000 points. This is neck and neck at kill screen speeds. The long bar shows up, but oh no, Cryticalapis, that long bar showed up one piece too late. He tried to 5-tap it over and couldn't. Man, if he had that long bar, he could have kept this going, but Pixelandy takes it 1.115 to 1.069 million. Hey now. And let's go ahead and do it. Congratulations, Andy. A WinRAR is you. There we go. Andy takes it 3-0. We'll go ahead and report this match and show you the updated standings momentarily here.
All right, both players are ready. Let's count them down for game number 1. We're kind of falling apart here. A little bit of a misdrop of a bar. This is spicy. He's not going to get the J over that he's done. God. Bar will finally come after 47 pieces. Kirby gets a bar, but he can't get anything else done. He might spell the end. He can't get the J over. That's it. He does max out, but he's done oh my goodness, a couple misdrops up very high, and that's it. That even if Somalian shows up, I'm kind of on a tight timeline. I do need to leave. No sign of captain. Yeah, I think Somalian's a no-show. We got it ready from both players. Good luck and have fun, y'all. Let's count you down for game number 1. Okay, he's handling it. Oh no, ah, man. He's gonna kind of get it. He's in some trouble. He's not gonna be able to do anything else. Cole will top out at a 10:36, and Sodium good for game number 5 in the set. All right, both players are ready. Let's count them down for game number 1. Good luck and have fun, y'all. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. We got a T. We got a square. This is the classic Tetris League, and I am Arbaro. On the left side of your screen, out of the United States of America, a roller with an NTSC PB of 4.9 million. Not just a roller, though, he's also a legendary DAS player. Fresh off of his win at the CTWC Jonas Cup, he's Pixelandy, currently number 4 in the Premier Poll. On the right side of your screen, out of Canada, a roller with an NTSC PB of 1.70 million. Excuse me. He is Wallbant. You see 4? Okay, so I think I said 4.9 for Andy. It's actually 11.9. I just couldn't read my handwriting. 50 for Andy, 69 for Wallbant here early on. Andy was kind of playing and doing something else at the same time early on, so I don't really know what he was doing. But the match has started. Nice little tuck for Andy. Wallbant up by a couple here early on. Wallbant also did very well for himself at the Jonas Cup. I was reffing his qual. He got like a back 3 back, I think, at the end to really solidify a good seed. So he's been having a really good run of results in DAS, as well as open play style events such as this one. These players have met each other twice before. Both of them ended up in the sweep for Pixelandy, but they were both in 2023, so they haven't actually played each other in a while. So let's see how things go this time around. You know, Andy, not quite clean. That left side looking a little... Gets a split double with that bar. Wallbant not really able to score that much recently. Not a lot of bars to go around this game so far. Wallbant's left side looking really spicy. Needs something for it. Gets a bar over. Nice! Very dirty Tetris. Keeps himself alive. Incredibly clutch move from Wallbant. Just about halfway to transition. 227 for Andy, 267 for Wallbant. I'm gonna check. I don't actually know how many times Andy has won CTM and CTL. I wanted to check that real quick, but I forgot to. So there you go. He is the current defending champion for CTL. That's important to know. He ended Blue Scooty's reign of terror. This was kind of Scooty's like event for a while. Had the thing cornered. Wallbant currently in the lead, 387 to 331. Left side looking a little dependent. He gets a bar for it. He also won season 23. And season 14. That's kind of the thing. Pixelandy's just been a player that's been very good for a very long time. Top level during the tapping era, finally, famously getting second in C2WC. And season 8. There you go. So 4-time champion of CTL. Right now, big lead for Wallbant. 504, make that 527 to 387. So. Wallbant had like one moment of a lot of danger, but has been playing pretty clean, pretty efficient for most of the rest of the game. He's about to go in, takes a Tetris, and he's into 19 with a 575. And he has one more available to him. He's going to take that Tetris go into the 483. So 6-figure lead for Wallbant. There's about 5 lines in the future, but that doesn't account for the difference. I'm just showing you survival. You can survive, you can keep yourself in it. Wallbant having to take a few burns, those S's and Z's not cooperating with the stack. And he will get another bar, get another Tetris. Not too many burns from Wallbant. Andy still does take advantage just a little bit, but Wallbant setting up one off the bottom. Andy now kind of dealing with his own S and Z burst and complicates his stack a bit. Looks like he'll get out of it, but the lead is growing here. Wallbant up now by 200,000 points now. Pixelandy gets a bar. It's only good for a triple. He's getting the stack down. Misplaces the S. Misplaces the square. Needs something to the left. I don't know if that was an overshift of the bar or not. He's going to get a couple more bars. He's in trouble. Outside gets the S over. Alright. Things are looking a little better. Alright, he's going to get out of it. Great dig from Andy, but Wallbant now, huge lead. 990 for Wallbant, 685 for Pixelandy. Pixelandy knuckle rolled himself out of a jam, but it's looking like he's going to need a lot of 29 play in this one. Nice little solve there for Wallbant. Avoids a big dig. He has a max out. Lombard Tetris 1035. Andy at 727. TYLW says, I hope they both win. What a good sentiment. This is a competitive endeavor, though. It's specifically designed so that only one of them win, because we at the Classic Tetris League are mean. Wallbant in So, late 28, 1077. Room for one more. He Tetrises, he'll have the 1.1. He does so. 1114 is the transition score. Pixelandy into 28 with an 811. So, quite a good game from Wallbant. Pixelandy ends up having to burn quite a bit. So, he's looking to Tetris in. He's going to play it safe. Goes in 817. Wallbant looking a little high. He's going to get the bar, though. He hits the 5 tap with the other bar to the left. Here we go. Wallbant just going full send here on 29. Oh, Pixelandy doesn't get that bar over. I think that's it. He tops out at 901. Wallbant's good for game number 1. He's going to keep going. This is a good game for him. GG's. His overall PB is a 1.7, so he actually might have a shot here. There's another Tetris, 1.348, 1348. There's a Tetris. A couple of misshifts, but he gets the board down. Setting up 2 off the bottom. He's going aggressive because he has to if he's going to get the PB. Gets another Tetris, 1.4. Level 35. Still quite a ways to go, but his board is creeping up. Doesn't get that J over. A 1446. Excellent start from Wallbant, and he's going to take a well-deserved game number 1. GG's. In 3, 2, 1. Tetris. All right, T and a bar will start us off. Andy has beaten Cole 3-0, Redshirt 3-1. So a good start to the season for him. That's to be expected. Wallbant currently 2-2, respectable record. He beat Cole in Critical, lost to Cobra and Sodium. Sodium match going to a decider. And he's at least taking a game off of Andy. Wallbant gets the flat burn. Adding something to his left side. It's not really coming. Finally gets a J. Drought is happening. I'm just not getting good pieces to resolve the stack here. 90 to 68. Wallbant gets a couple Tetrises in a row, and that's going to let him take the lead. $160 to $122. Oh, he gets the bar, resolves the dependency. I'm not sure that's what he wanted to do with the J. Looks like he'll resolve it. Just a few burns. Shaking his head, but everything looks like he's working out for him. More or less a tie game. Wallbant does have a few lines in pocket. We're just about at the halfway point to 19. Wallbant, nice bar placement, just for the T. Can't quite get himself set up, but he finally does so. Andy, you looking for a T or something? Gonna get a Z. That's gonna be a bit of a substitute. Work okay. I'll be entering a little dig here. RNG not quite cooperating with him, but he's going to get a bar for the Tetris after he opens himself back up. Wallbant has a little bit of a lead here, 371 to 336. Wallbant also about 7 lines in pocket.